I went from doing 3 to 4K months to hitting 10K months because of a hack I discovered by accident. And no, it's not posting more, it's not ads, and it's definitely not designing more products. Let me show you. When I started selling digital products in 2022, my whole strategy was just to create as many products as I could. The more listings you have, the more chances you have of landing a sale, right? But at that time, I was still working my 9 to 5 and I didn't have the luxury of designing new products every single day. So I had to rethink my strategy. How can I increase my sales without designing more products? While I was going through my sales history one night, I started noticing a pattern I'd never paid attention to before. People weren't just buying one product, they were buying multiple products together. That's when it clicked. I wasn't selling individual templates, I was selling pieces of a bigger system. And people wanted the whole system. That realization was the beginning of the hack. The hack was simple. Instead of creating more individual products, I started creating intentional bundles. Not random bundles, not let me just group these together bundles, but products that were designed to belong together. Same style, same niche, same goal. Because once I realized people were already buying multiple items at once, my job wasn't to make more listings. It was to make their decision easier. A bundle does exactly that. It removes the overwhelm, increases the value instantly, and lets you price your work so much higher with the exact same amount of effort. This one shift completely changed the way I approached my shop, and it's the reason I was able to scale from 3 to 4K months to 10K months. Now let's talk about what bundles actually are. Because bundles aren't just one thing, there are so many ways to create them, and the right type depends on your niche and what your customers need. The first type is a design-based bundle. This is when all the products follow the exact same look. Same font, same style, same colors, and they naturally belong together. Think of matching planner pages, matching social media templates, or a full branding set. People love these because everything looks cohesive. The second type is an industry-based bundle. This is when you take different kinds of templates but tailor them to one specific niche. For example, a real estate bundle, a wedding planner bundle, a fitness coach bundle. These work incredibly well because you're solving a complete problem for a very specific person. Then you have workflow bundles. These are products that support one goal or one process, like a content creation bundle, a budgeting bundle, a client onboarding bundle. Even if the designs are different, they make sense together because they help the customer achieve one outcome. So when you think about bundles, don't limit yourself. It's not just put similar products together. It's about creating a complete cohesive experience that solves a bigger problem for your customer. Before we jump into the step-by-step on how to actually do this, I want to share one more thing that can dramatically increase your sales: selling your bundles on multiple platforms. One platform I really recommend for this is PAYHIP. It's basically an all-in-one platform where you can sell digital products, online courses, memberships, coaching, and even physical products all in one place. It handles everything from creating your storefront, taking payments, and delivering your digital files. More than their super beginner-friendly store builder, my favorite part is their delivery system. They let you design how your digital products are delivered so you can organize everything in a really clean, easy to navigate layout. If you sell bundles, this is amazing. Your customer gets one beautiful interface with all the links and downloads organized instead of some messy folder or confusing zip file. PAYHIP also has its own marketplace, which means that aside from selling on your own store, your products can be showcased alongside other amazing creators, giving you extra visibility at no extra cost. You know, I always get comments from people saying they can't sell on Etsy because their country isn't supported, and this is where PAYHIP really stands out. Most platforms only let you accept payments through Stripe or PayPal, but PAYHIP integrates with so many more payment gateways. I'll put them all on screen here, but examples include Paystack for Africa, Sendit for Philippines, and PayU or Razorpay for India. This is way more than what most digital product platforms offer, and it means creators from all over the world can actually build an online business selling digital products. But even more importantly, you as the seller can offer local payment methods to customers in different countries, which makes it easier for them to buy from you. And in terms of pricing, PAYHIP doesn't charge any monthly fees. You only pay 5% per sale on the free plan. So if you're just starting out and you haven't made a sale yet, you literally pay nothing. It's such a safe way to start because there's no financial pressure. And once your store picks up and you're getting consistent sales, you can switch to one of their monthly plans to remove the percentage fees completely. It's honestly one of the most affordable platforms I've seen. So if you're planning to sell your bundle somewhere else, or you just want another income stream running in the background, Give PAYHIP a try. You can sign up totally free through the link in my description box. All right, so let's talk about how you can start creating bundles in a way that actually increases your sales without increasing your workload. Step 1 is to choose products that naturally belong together. So start by looking at what you already have. Which templates share the same style? Which ones serve the same audience? Which ones help with the same goal? You don't need to create new designs. You're simply grouping what already makes sense together. Let me give you some examples. If you have logos, business cards, thank you cards, email signature, website, social media covers, social media posts, all with a similar aesthetic, those make a perfect design-based bundle for small business owners. Maybe you created a home buyer guide, listing flyers, social media posts, a business card, a thank you card, and a home buying budget worksheet. These belong together in an industry-based bundle because you're serving one specific niche, real estate agents. If you've created a wedding invitation, a save-the-date card, RSVP cards, plus matching welcome signs, drink menus, and guest book signs, that becomes a wedding bundle. Everything shares the same look, and it helps a couple with one full process, planning a cohesive, ready-to-use wedding stationery set. If you've designed a collection of nursery prints like animals, alphabet posters, affirmations, numbers, and playful illustrations, you can package them into a wall art bundle. It gives parents a complete set of ready-to-print designs that all match perfectly, and they can decorate an entire room with just one purchase. If you've created a 30-day declutter challenge, a closet organization planner, pantry and bathroom labels, laundry labels, a weekly cleaning checklist, and a home inventory tracker, that all fits together as a home organization workflow bundle. It helps someone organize their entire home with one cohesive system. If you've created a bill payment tracker, cash envelope templates, a debt payoff tracker, an emergency fund tracker, a financial goals sheet, and an investment tracker, those naturally belong in a financial planning workflow bundle. They help someone manage their entire money system in one organized toolkit. So now that you've grouped the right products together, the next step is to package your bundle in a way that feels irresistible. And this starts with your product photos. The key here is to show the value right away. On your very first product photo, try to include everything that's part of the bundle. Give them an instant overview, almost like a full collection laid out in one image. At first glance, they should already feel like, wow, that's a lot of value. Then in the next few images, break everything down clearly. Don't gatekeep what's included. List every single item so your customer doesn't have to guess. The clearer your product photos are, the easier it is for people to understand what they're getting and the more likely they are to buy. You can also repeat this list in your description just to reinforce how much value is inside. The second part of packaging your bundle is the delivery, because you might be thinking, okay, how do I even send this many products without overwhelming the customer? The simplest way is to deliver everything in one PDF. If you normally deliver one template link per PDF, this time you're just adding more. Create a clean layout with the name of each product and a download button beside it. Link each button to the corresponding Canva template. And if you need more space, just add a second page. That way, when the customer purchases, they receive one organized PDF that contains every link in one place. They can just click on the item they want to use and it will take them straight to the template. It looks professional, it keeps everything neat, and it makes the bundle feel like a complete system rather than a random folder of files. Now, when it comes to pricing bundles, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The price really depends on your niche, your competition, and how much value you've packed into the bundle. So instead of giving a fixed number, here's a simple way to approach pricing. Start by looking at the individual products inside your bundle. If you were to sell each one separately, how much would all of them cost in total? Add that number up. That gives you a baseline. From there, offer a discounted price for the bundle so it feels like a deal. For example, if you have 3 products that normally sell for $50 each, that's $150 in total. As a bundle, you might price it at $99. The customer instantly sees the value because they're getting more while paying less than if they bought everything individually. Another tip is to look at what other sellers are charging for similar bundles. Use that as a reference point, not a rule. If your bundle has more items, better design, or stronger value, price it higher. If it has fewer items, you can price it slightly lower, but don't underprice yourself. Pricing too low can actually hurt you. There's a natural psychology around pricing where extremely cheap products look low quality even if they aren't. So avoid the urge to lowball just to compete. Price fairly based on the value you're offering. Your goal is to create a price that feels like a win-win, a great value for the customer and fair compensation for the amount of work and expertise you've put in. Now let's talk about keywords, because this is where a lot of people get confused, especially when they're selling bundles. How do you actually title it so it actually shows up in search? Here's the simplest approach that has worked really well for me. Start your title with what type of bundle it is. If it's a brandy kit, say brandy kit. If it's a wedding bundle, say wedding bundle. This helps Etsy instantly understand what your product is. Then, in the succeeding keywords, list the top individual products inside the bundle, especially the ones that already sell well on their own. For example, if you're selling a full branding kit, your title might start with branding kit, and then you follow with the items inside, like logos, business cards, thank you cards, social media templates, and so on, up until you reach the character limit. The reason this works is because if someone searches for logo templates, your full bundle will also appear. And often, people don't even know they want a bundle until they see it. Someone might go in looking for a logo, but once they see your complete branding kit, they realize it's the better deal and choose the full package instead. And this is also why I always recommend listing everything that's included in your description. Not only does it reduce confusion because people know exactly what they're getting, but Etsy also indexes all of those words. So every single product you mention boosts your chance of showing up for more searches. The clearer your title and description are, the more searchable your bundle becomes. I hope this showed you that growing your digital product business doesn't always mean doing more. Sometimes the biggest jumps come from thinking differently, from taking what you already have and turning it into something more intentional, more valuable, and more aligned with what your customers actually need. Bundling was one of those quiet little shifts that changed everything for me. Try it out, test it with what you already have, and I think you'll be surprised by how quickly things start to move. And if you want a shortcut, the vault is literally built for this. Everything I talked about in this video, every example, every niche, every type of product you can bundle, it's all inside the vault. We designed it to be strategic. Each of the 13 niches inside has multiple products that naturally work together, so you can mix, match, and create high-value bundles instantly without starting from scratch. If you've been wanting to launch your shop or scale it faster without spending months designing, the Vault gives you a full library of ready-to-use products you can sell, bundle, and customize however you want. And don't forget to try out PAYHIP for free. I'll also leave the link down below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It really helps my channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!